Here's the next section on how to build a 3x4x5 Rubik's Cube. After assembling the Siamese cube and then the added 6 pieces down here, I will show you how to put the other 6 up here, which is the exact same as down here. This is just an example for you. So I usually cut a corner piece for the center piece right here. I cut 2 edge pieces, which are these two. I cut 2 edge pieces for the 2 pieces right here, and I cut the rest 3 more corners for the other 3 corners up here. So once you're done cutting them, you should lay them all out so you know if it'll be flat or not when you build it. So now I know after building these all together and gluing them down that mine will be flat, and it'll be a 3x4x5. Now the only problem with this is obviously the stickers aren't the correct color everywhere, and these aren't glued yet. So you want to put your corners in one pile and your edges in another. I'll put them right here. And then you want to get your glue. As I've said in other videos, I use Gorilla Glue because even though it takes a while to dry, it makes the strongest bond with the pieces. So first what I do is I always put the centerpiece in. I'm going to try to move this to see if I can get a better angle at it. Zoom out. I think this is good right here. So this is the section I'm going to be gluing into right here. So normally the Siamese cube would be able to turn up here, but now it won't be able to because there will be pieces here. So first what you want to do is, I always put the center piece in first, is take your corner, decide where you want this little corner to be, right here. It doesn't usually matter, but I care. So I'm going to put it like this, so when it's turned you don't see it. I'm going to put it on the inside corner there. And you want to make sure that you glue on one of the 3 sides that normally rub in a Rubik's Cube, not one of the stickered sides. So what you do in this case is let's get the cap off, is you take the side you want to glue on, which is this one right here, add some glue. You don't want to add too much, just a little. That's enough right there, and you want to spread it around so you get a nice even coating. You don't want to go too far to the side if you want it to look nice when it's all done. You get a nice even coating on, but it's very thin. You align the piece up the way you want it, and you just drop it into place. Now, since Gorilla Glue takes about an hour to dry fully, you get a total of 12 minutes with complete flexibility on where you place the piece. So make sure you take the time to place it exactly where you want it, because if you put it too much to one side or too much to the other, a side won't be able to turn without knocking that piece out. So you glue it so the glue is on the bottom, and you want to make it perfect, which for me is right there. And then I normally do these 2 right here. I have been experimenting on these. I usually glue on this side because it's the biggest flat area, but I tried gluing it on this edge so when you were solving it you would see this edge when it was out. That's how I did it on the other side, and I'm not sure how it's going to work out. So for this video I'll do the same thing. What you want to do is when you take your glue, you want to squeeze out a tiny bit, but leave it still in the tip of the bottle. And then you just want to spread it around the edge here. Again, not too much and not too thick, but still enough to glue it down. This is a really tedious process to glue this. So you want a thin bead of glue around there, You want to find the correct spot and drop it in, then align it properly. So since this is an edge piece, I need to make sure that it lines up properly with the center and this edge here, like that. And that's perfect, in my opinion. Then you want to do the same for all the rest of the pieces. I'll try to move a little faster because I don't have to explain it. Drop it into place. Push it down. Make sure it's nice and flush with the other faces. And then these ones will be the easiest because I don't have to worry about loops way too much. Since you have 12 minutes, you do have a lot of time to check and recheck where you glue it. Super glue, regular super glue, you don't have very long to set it in the perfect spot, which is another reason why I don't prefer it. Gorilla Glue is very, very useful in many regards. If you're very, very impatient, then I would suggest not using it, because then you'll try to play with it too soon. Your finished cube, you'll try to play with it too soon, and it'll break, which is not good. So last piece here. Drop it into place. And then, after you have done the last layer here, let me tip this up again. After you have finished your last layer here, you want to align it up, and then you want to put some weight on it to keep it in the correct spot when it's gluing. So I normally just use a bunch of different cubes, heavy cubes that I have, like this Rubik's brand 5x5, V-Cube 5x5, and V-Cube 6x6. I usually just use those and stack them up all on the 6 pieces to let them all glue. And then every once in a while, I just push the pieces that have already glued in or out or however I need to make sure that they're all flush with the other pieces in the puzzle, because Gorilla Glue does expand a tiny bit, and if it's not glued correctly, then you're not going to be happy with your finished result. So then once you have all of your pieces gluing like that, you let it sit for an hour, and I will create another video. I'll edit this one or create a third step to this video and show you how it works.